Today we'll talk about a new thing, stereotype. Coming in the continuation with diversity and discrimination and prejudice, now let's think about and talk about what do you mean by stereotype. In prejudice, we have understood that we frame our opinions about certain people and we start behaving and acting about those people for those people as per the opinions that we have framed. Now today we'll be discussing that what do we mean by stereotype. When we fix people into one image that we have created, this person is very shy, this person is rich, this person is poor, this person can speak good English and this person cannot speak good English. And this is what we call as a stereotype. Because of any incident that has happened in the past, or maybe because of any such interaction which I had with the person, maybe in just one normal meet and greet session, I framed my opinion about that person. I made an image about that person in my mind. That person is really stingy. Oh, I have always seen sitting him on the couches, eating. He's such a couch potato. All these things will make me help frame an image about that person in my mind. Carrying that image in my mind and spreading the words about that person as per the image that I have framed is something that we refer to as a stereotype. Now, for example, when people say that those who belong to a particular country, a particular religion, a particular race or economic background are stingy, lazy, criminal and dumb. Again, if we go back and we try to reconnect with whatever we have studied in the previous parts, we will be able to recall that we basically refer to the people who live in the urban areas as very lazy people because they love to sit back and relax. They are not at all hardworking. Then, if a person who has come from a rural area, I will always think in my mind that this person is not good at technology. And if he or she tries to touch any of my electronic gadget, the most updated electronic gadget, I may not like that thing, despite the fact that that person is smarter than what I am in using that gadget. But just because I have certain opinion in my mind and I am carrying that opinion as an image of that person is what is that the stereotype that is stopping me from behaving in a normal way. Now, stereotypes can be negative and can be positive. If I ask you about few certain things and I will tell you that what image comes to your mind, a boy or a girl, then close your eyes and think about the few situations that I am asking from you. I tell you that who can be a bus driver, a truck driver, a babysitter, a person who is a gym trainer, who can do these kind of jobs. And now I am going to ask you few more questions that do not cry just because you are hurt. Who do you think these statements are often heard by? A boy or a girl? Oh, she is really soft-hearted person. What image comes to your mind? Of a boy or of a girl? Now, in almost all the different situations, you must have think of something, a person, a boy or a girl. Why? Why only that image came to your mind? Why not the other one? If I say that do not cry because you are strong, that means I am referring to a boy. And wow, she is really a soft-hearted person. That means I am talking to someone and talking about a girl. If I can talk about a person who can cook really scrumptious, he or she prepares tasty dishes, then the only image that comes to your mind is of a female. Because when we relate to kitchen, we relate to females. This is what we call as stereotypes. Sometimes stereotypes are positive, sometimes stereotypes are negative. You can think of something in a good manner, always, and that is where you create a positive image in your mind. And whenever you think of anything that is creating a bad image, that means you have a negative stereotype about that person. Now, stereotypes can be profession, as I already told you, A truck driver can never be a girl and a babysitter can never be a boy. Reason? Because this is the way we have always been taught. This is the way the examples have already always been given, that a person who is kind and compassionate and very good with the babies is always a female. A female is surrounded by kids. A male is never. Reason? The stereotype. Profession. Anybody can be a teacher. Anybody can be a doctor. But a male can only be a truck driver? Why so? Because you think that involves enough of physical strength or maybe smartness because you are driving a heavy vehicle and a girl cannot do that. A gym trainer. Boys are always someone who are seen that fits into my position of a gym trainer. And why not girls? There is no criteria, there are no set rules of someone being in a particular profession and someone not. Caste. I think this particular caste is good and I think this particular caste is bad. Despite the fact that I have never experienced what do these two different castes are, what are their cultures, what are their rituals, what do they do, but looking to whatever is happening around me and listening to the opinions of the others, I have framed this thing in my mind that this religion is good and this religion is bad. Instead of experiencing what has come from that caste, despite the fact that I have never been into that caste system, how can I frame my opinion that this caste is good and this caste is bad? Just because I hear what other people say and I follow what other people say and I frame my opinion. But that's not a wise thing to do. Until and unless I have experienced something on my personal, until and unless you have met a person in person and framed an opinion just because other people are saying so. And even if someday you get a chance to ask the other person who is saying you a particular thing, a particular statement, and you ask that person that have you ever faced any such problem? Have you ever faced any such situation? Then he or she will also tell you the same thing. No, I haven't met any such person. I haven't seen any such person. I haven't faced such situation, but I have always heard people saying this. Now where this comes from? Who are these people who say so? We listen to them and we frame our opinions. We frame the stereotypes. As I already explained you, some professions in which we fit a boy and some professions in which we fit a girl. A gym trainer, a truck driver, a doctor, and again a truck driver. What's the difference? The trucks are same, just a person who is driving it is different. And who says that only the boys are good drivers and girls are not? Have you ever seen a girl driving a truck? She can drive it as efficiently as a boy can, and a boy can be as efficiently a babysitter as a girl can. It's just that the zeal and the enthusiasm of a person that helps you, that guides you to do a particular job. Again, one more image of a babysitter and a nurse. The moment I think of nurse, you'll think of a beautiful girl wearing a nice dress, a nice white dress, carrying a stethoscope, a file in her hand and helping the doctor. And the moment I say the word doctor, a boy must have come to your mind. The picture that must have clicked is of a doctor. A boy who is a doctor. And why so? Because that is of the stereotype that is happening since long. Gender. A boy and a girl, boys are strong, they don't cry. Boys are really very strong physique holding people. Always? No. Weightlifters, only boys can do? Or kabaddi and such games only boys can play? No. Anybody can play. Anybody can be a shooter. Why do you think that only boys can be shooter? That only boys can lift up heavy rifles and girls cannot? This is the reason of the stereotype. That the society says so. Don't cry if you are hurt. And if you are a boy, since childhood, the only thing that you will hear when you are really hurt, any of your family member will come and say, don't cry. Boys are really strong. What does that mean? That girls have come to cry? Or crying is the only job that girls are good at or they can do efficiently? This is what we call as stereotype. Because you frame this opinion in your mind from your childhood. A girl will cry, everybody will come and console her. So since childhood, she has seen such kind of environment. She has made up her mind like that crying is my birthright. If I cry, I can get anything of my choice. And the moment a boy cries, everybody will come quickly and say, don't cry because boys are strong. And that's the way of consoling you. But this is how they have trained us from our childhood. And this is how the people around us are. And when we keep listening and keep seeing the same things, we frame an image, we frame opinion. And these opinions later when we grow becomes the stereotypes. Caste factors. A clergyman can work in a church and a Maulana can always work in a temple? No. Have I said something wrong? Yes. A Maulana can always work in a mosque. Why so? Why can't a Maulana work in a church and a clergyman work in a mosque? What is wrong in that? It's just the kind of the feeling that I get from my heart, from the deep inside of my heart. I may belong to a different religion, but I really love to follow a different religion. Is there anything that is stopping me from going there? It's just because the opinion of the others that is restraining me. That no, that religion is good, that religion is bad. People from this caste are good and people from that caste are bad. The place from where I come, my skin color will differ because of the geographical location. And then the people who have a different skin color are not good in my eyes. I don't want to be friend with a person who has a darker skin color than what mine is. Why so? I told you already that these things are beyond our control. The way we look, the way we dress or what we eat is always inspired by the area we come from. So, if a person has a different skin color, I should not think that that person is inferior, or if a person has a brighter skin color, I should not think that that person is superior. Now, what happens when we act on our prejudice and stereotypes? We have framed an opinion, a negative opinion, a positive opinion, we have created an image in our mind. And what happens when we start acting as per the prejudices and the stereotypes that we have created? Stereotypes, basically, they stop us from looking each person as a unique individual with his or her own special qualities and some skills that are different from others. I am sure that you will accept this thing that every individual is unique. Every individual has some qualities. Even if you are two brothers and sisters belonging to same mother and father, you two must be different from each other. Some can be good at drawing and some can be good at singing. Some are really muscular, but despite eating the same food, some are really thin. What is the reason behind that? Is that so that we are really different? Or is that the reason that I should start hating the other person? Or that's the reason that I should think the other person as inferior? No. Every person is unique. Every individual is unique. And this uniqueness is what we all should respect for. Every person has some or the other special quality or a skill. And until and unless we explore that skill, we can never tag a person as superior or inferior. Stereotypes affect all of us. They prevent us from doing certain things which we are really good at. Now, my father is a farmer, but I am a really good artist. I can paint well. Will society allow me to be an artist? No. My father is potter, but I want to be a mechanical engineer. The society will allow me? No. And if I am from a very graduated family, a learned family, but I want to do something that is not the kind of the job that everybody else is doing in my family. I want to go and choose something which is really different, an odd job. The society will allow me? No. So that stereotype is basically stopping me from exploring my skill, from letting me do something which I am really good at, I am expert at.